This week on Xenomania, we pay a visit to Bodega Bay Inn for a gathering of psychics for the funeral of an acquaintance. They probably should have seen that the acquaintance is not exactly dead and has lured them to the inn to exact his revenge. Things take a turn when they are attacked by puppets. One by one, the psychics come to horrific ends that, frankly, they should have seen coming. Can the widow and the well coiffed Alex survive and stop the puppets? We'll find out. We'll also try out a new game. Can one of these guys run up the score? This is Puppet Master. This is Xenomania.
No. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Horny black tongue chick?
Mhm. These
Miss
are names of
Leech.
puppets from the movie for this week, everybody. Which movie is that, Ryan?
That is Puppet Master from 1988? 1988?
Nine.
I think it's 89.
89. 89. I'm sorry.
89.
Right there.
God,
Right there on the cusp of the greatest decade we've lived through.
this movie, it's
Oh, you don't think the 90s are the best? We're starting
lived
out with
through-
controversy.
I've lived through more decades than you guys, so
Yeah,
true.
two more.
You had the
still.
70s, the 80s,
I had a
oh, the
good chunk of
80s.
70s. The 80s was fun. A lot of neon and white powders.
Oh, okay. It's like, as long as it's white powder.
You know, Cadillacs with tiger fur in
Yeah,
it. It's
sugar,
okay.
flour, baking soda.
Yeah, all the good ones.
Yeah.
Not
See, we had
cornstarch, though.
We had Big Worm, though.
Good
Big
what?
Worm.
Big
Big worm
worm.
for Friday.
I have
Big
Big
Worm.
Worm too.
My God. All right, everybody. So welcome to Xenomania. Oh my Lord. We're doing a movie from one of Ryan's favorite franchises. And we don't mock him. We mock him for a great deal, but we don't mock him for this as much as I would imagine we might. Because Puppet
Oh.
Master is sort of on a pedestal.
It's
Yeah.
that B movie goodness, though. Like, I'll be real. Like, you wake up in the morning, it's like 6 o'clock. You got AMC Fright Fest. You watch Halloween 4, you watch Halloween 5, and then you turn it on one morning, expecting Damien, The Omen 2, which is another one of my favorites. And you get Puppet Master. And right before school, it's a great film to watch. It's just, it hits, and the stop motion's great. The music, the atmosphere. What do you call it? The poor man's version of Val Kilmer. I mean, Paul Lamont.
Well,
You
Paul
get it all.
Paul Matt looks like he's the
Matt.
offspring of Val Kilmer and Joe Keery from Stranger Things with that hairstyle. I mean, that hair goes that's 80s hair, but not the the stereotypical Aquanet glam metal hair, but the other version of long 80s hair where it just sort of keeps going up.
Motley Crue.
Now, Motley Crue has more of the
Twisted
tees.
Sister, maybe.
Yeah,
Is that
but
like a little
his,
higher?
Oh,
his goes towards like the flock of seagulls direction of hair. His is legitimately big hair.
he had a lot of chances to run away too, and he never took it.
He had a lot of chances to do a lot of things right in this movie, and he really didn't do most of them. I mean, he's the only one of a group of psychics that senses that they're walking into anything particularly dangerous.
And
Yeah, he had.
they walk in anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they all want to know what Toulon's secret is. How does he bring, like,
Toulon's secret. Yeah.
the? I'm trying not to mess this word up. Like
Okay.
in, um, not immovable, but like figurines, life, basically back to life.
Animate?
Reanimate. There
Reanimate?
you go. Reanimate. But I was thinking of it starts with an I, like action figures, so like things that don't move usually.
Inanimate?
There we go. Inanimate objects.
This is
to
fun.
life.
John and I are playing our own game. What's Ryan trying to say?
Inanimate objects back to life. But that's what gives it, like, as a kid watching it, who has action figures all over, it's like are they going to come to life? Like this was like Kearns talks about child's play. This was my child's play, but I kind of like embraced it. You go to Suncoast there was a video store called Suncoast where I grew up. They had the action figures lined up everywhere, and it was
Yeah.
just like you can be like, okay, it's a movie. It's not friendly, but it's a movie.
That's cool. That's
Puppet
cool.
Puppet Master attracted a level of attention that I never quite understood.
It was loved. I mean, it's also a sign of the times, right?
Yeah.
It was this stop motion-y kind of thing, and people were into that at the time. So the question is, did it propel Full Moon Entertainment and Charles Band upward, or was he already on the rise?
I feel like it helped him
I
more
mean, oh yeah, no, this definitely. I mean, Puppet
for Full
Master
Moon at
really,
least.
Puppet Master really became the banner for Full Moon and Charles Band. I mean, so Full Moon is his second production company. He had started
Oh,
one prior. Empire
okay.
International was his, and Empire had some success early on. He had the first two Ghoulies movies. He had
Okay.
Reanimator was on that company. So like he peaked really quick with that, and like it's he couldn't get the movies that he wanted to make made, so he started making them himself. Then Empire sort of went under financially in '88, and then he turned around in '88 and started Full Moon,
Okay.
and Full Moon became what it is, sort of purveyors of B horror movies that are many of them eventually cross over into the same universes.
Doll Man, Demonic Toys,
We'll get into
Happenings.
those later. Those demonic toys will come up later.
Yes,
But
they will.
okay. That makes sense. We know what's interesting to me about this is that they pushed it straight to video. I wonder if it would have had theatrical success if they released it, and if it didn't, would it have been the end of the franchise? Is the other question. I think if it was a theatrical flop.
I mean, maybe, but I don't think so because by 80 in 89, VHS had become kind of affordable. You had Blockbuster to go with the small mom and pop places. They needed inventory. And those are like Puppet Master and that kind of horror is, a nice Friday, Saturday night with your friends, passing around your favorite substances and just having fun. If that's not how you were exposed to Puppet Master, you probably didn't do it right.
Like cheese balls and Jolt Cola, you mean, right?
Yeah, whatever that substance that you enjoy is, that's
It's
what it
funny
was.
when I think about these things and when they were circulating, like the age I was and what I was doing, and compared to the age John was and what he was doing, we were enjoying them in very different ways.
Oh, absolutely.
And Ryan was like in swaddling clothes.
And like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
guys were sneaking them. I mean, I was by that point, I could just walk in and be like, all right, what movie do I want? NC-17. Oh, look,
Yeah.
there's the little beaded curtain to go in the adult section.
I remember
Like,
that video store too.
yeah,
That was called One Stop Video, where John and I grew up.
yep. There are a
Gotta
couple of
sneak
them.
in. Gotta sneak in
I
through
mean,
the
you
beats.
you didn't even have to sneak in once you were legal age. You just
I mean, he used
strolled
to let us
on in.
peek. When we were 14, he used to let us peek back
Oh
there.
yeah,
The guy was the
Yeah.
quintessential neighborhood, like, let the kids do what they want to do.
they're
That's
gonna
cool.
see it somewhere.
Exactly.
One day. One day.
Good times.
Yeah, I mean, so that's the environment that Puppet Master is birthed into. So like, yeah, I think even if it had flopped in theaters, you still would have eventually had more of them.
Right.
This was always destined to find some kind of cult following. It's got like a lot of those sort of qualities to it.
I agree with you because, like, even if it went into theaters and whether if it was a success or a flop, it still would have gotten the cult status because of like the rentals and stuff.
Mhm.
I don't think it would have stopped it. I think it would have helped it a little bit more and maybe given it a little more production value. I mean, the production value does go up a little bit more for at least the third one. The second one's really at the same level.
Well, I mean, you figure this comes out in '89. He's probably
Right.
working on it. It's being filmed in '88 while he's going bankrupt to the one company and starting another one. So, the money probably didn't really exist.
Fair.
What was it, like 400,000 they made this on?
That's
Decent amount of money for '89. I think it's 400,000. Let me just double check.
400,000. No, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty decent budget for Puppet Master.
That's a Phantasm budget.
Mm-hmm.
They pulled a Mancini.
I feel like that's higher than Phantasm, isn't it?
I mean,
Yeah, I think it's
number
higher than
one.
the first Phantasm. Yeah. I mean, it's also a decade later, so.
True. So, like, where is it's about equal, maybe a little less if you count
Yeah.
for inflation, everybody. But yeah.
I mean, the money, they did it right with the stop motion. I mean, it goes with the camera work, especially in the opening. I love it when you see Blade running through. He's like running through like the hotel and he's trying to hide.
Jack
And
the
then you see the
Flasher.
whole stop motion. Blade, sir.
Jack the Flasher. Tell me that puppet doesn't look like a Flasher Jack the Ripper.
Okay, fair. But if you know his backstory, the puppet was a former doctor who tried to help Toulon in Nazi Germany. What you don't?
Dr.
This is
Puppets
how much.
pulling my strings.
Dun, dun, dun.
Maybe let's hit a little bit of one of the other talking points. I think we already blended a bunch of them in, so let's
We
hit
have
up.
been blending them in, yeah.
What about
But
the better franchise, Puppet Master or Demonic Toys? Let's hit that one real quick.
Puppet Master, but Demonic Toys has a flair that Full Moon did not put in Puppet Master. Like Puppet Master's that classy horror, and Demonic Toys is that vulgar, like out
Classy.
of control.
Classy.
Classy.
Controller. That's what I think of when I watch it.
Classy.
Class.
I'm pointing to my TV. Did you hear the music coming from that movie?
It's a chick puppet spewing leeches onto people from her mouth. It's the
If you-
classy horror.
If you
One of
know
them's a
her
walking
backstory-
butt plug.
Tunneler? Okay.
Yeah.
He's a butt plug.
He is not a butt plug.
He's got
He's
two
a
butt
butt
plug
plug.
hands and a butt plug head.
He's got a soul.
My
Pinhead.
goodness.
Pinhead, Jester.
Which one is Pinhead the drill head? Is that the guy with the drill?
No, Drillhead is Tunneler.
Tunneler.
Wait, who are
Drill
you
head.
calling? You're calling
The guy
Pinhead
with the
butt plug.
jacked body and the butt plug head.
No, that's a different guy. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking Tunneler was the butt plug.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, that's gonna hurt.
Tunneler's butt plug is not one you want to use.
Yeah. I mean, I'd pass on all of them, but
This week on Xenomania,
Yeah,
butt plug
exactly.
talk.
exactly. What about the music? Let's talk about the music in the movie quick before we get into our game.
It really sets the atmosphere up because I feel like every movie has that big score, like Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, and Puppet Master has the same thing with like the flutes and the orchestra in the background, the doo 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 doo. It's like very whimsical fantasy, and it's a horror film. Because the idea of like going into
Disarms
the
you a
past,
little bit.
yep, and the idea of like I like how they mix like the Egyptian folklore and the idea of like reanimation and relating it to like Egyptian scriptures, I guess whatever they discovered by that time in 1989, and how they connect it to the film and the idea of reanimation. Because that year alone, you had Puppet Master, which focused on reanimation. I think at the same time you had The Serpent and the Rainbow. I
Yeah.
think was the same year. So it was very like that year was very reanimated heavy, and you could thank Reanimator for starting that in 1985. So what it does, it changes with the music because it kind of just again it's calming. It kind of gets you to the point of like waiting for that suspense or that thrill to happen, and the music picks up when it does happen, but then it goes back into that calmness, and I feel like it's very carnival-y too, if that makes sense.
There's whimsy to it.
Yes.
Whimsy.
Whimsy.
It is whimsical, and it does, like you said, it does disarm you a little bit because some of the Puppet Master can get pretty gory at times. I mean, It's not
Yeah.
a tame film in that regard. I mean, it's probably not in the top 50% of the goriest we've done on the show, but
No.
it hits you when people start getting offed by the puppets, they go out.
Yeah.
What
They
is
go
the
out.
goriest film you think we've covered? Throw that out there real quick.
That one from what is that, Serbia or something? That one was pretty
Oh, the
gory.
Turkish one?
Baskin?
Yeah, the
Baskin?
Turkish one. Yeah,
Baskin
Baskin was
Baskin
pretty
was.
was pretty
gory.
gory.
I would go with Obsession recently.
Eh,
Not
I
not like
mean,
gory. Well,
the
I-
one scene. The one scene.
but
yeah,
if we're going, I mean, yeah, if we go overall, gory, Baskin is a definite.
Baskin
Yeah.
destroys Obsession as far as gore is concerned, in my
Yeah.
opinion. There's really there's gross stuff in Obsession, like her
Mhm.
vomit and stuff like that, but it's not really gore. And then when people are
Yeah.
getting off, there's like one person gets hit with the glicky, one person gets the bricky, and the other one's he goes off on
Tiki.
a pill ride. Yeah, ticky tacks, take him out. So there's not much
Mhm.
gore. She beats up on her own body a little bit, so there is that. You get to see a little bit of that, but that's still not too bad. It's nothing compared to like Bring Her Back, Baskin. Um, we didn't do Saw. Saws are pretty gory.
We did
I
Saw.
didn't.
We did the
Oh, we
first
did
Saw.
do Saw.
I
We
didn't
did the
think that
first
was that
Saw.
gory though.
God,
The first
It's
one.
got to.
the first
The,
Saw isn't as gory.
Not as
yeah,
much.
the Saws get
Compare.
gorier as they go along.
And then
Yeah,
Hostel
there's a
jumped on
couple.
that and like really amped up
Mhm.
the gore for their movies. But I think Baskin's on par with Hostel and later Saw
Yeah.
though. Might not be as uncomfortable because like watching somebody with a vice that's about to rip their head in half is
I
very
don't know.
uncomfortable.
I don't know. I feel like Baskin makes me more uncomfortable than the Saw movies ever did.
Really?
I
Yeah,
agree with
there's-
You
that.
must have like a true fear of demonic, doom.
I mean, I guess I think I don't know. Like the Saw stuff, sort of not comical, but something in that vein for me eventually. Like where it's just like,
Oh,
oh,
okay.
here's the trap of this in
How
this
is it
movie. Like
comical? I'm
this
now I'm
person's
curious.
face is gonna get torn apart. Where
Yeah.
there's something about Baskin that, like, aside from the gore, the
Yeah.
gore sort of makes it unsettling too.
Yeah. And there is a
It's also
difference
that little
between the
guy.
two. Yeah, the little guy's also
Yeah.
quite unsettling.
He can't help it, but like, just
Yeah, a bit freaky. What else has been super hyper gory?
Yeah, I'm
Bring Her
sort of-
Back was,
but we didn't
but
do
we haven't
it.
covered
We
it
didn't
yet.
do
Not
that,
yet.
thankfully, because it's a garbage movie.
You know what was gory? Chopping Mall.
Shopping Mall was a bit
80s
gory.
Shopping Mall
gore.
had some moments. Yeah, I'm trying to.
The
I'm trying to
battery.
think. I mean, the battery had its scenes. They weren't necessarily gory.
Gory to the eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm having a tough time thinking about what everything we've done.
Yeah, we're gonna have to move on from this topic, I think. But
Yeah.
I think Baskin's a safe bet, to be honest.
Baskin's probably a pretty good call on that. We'll have to up the gore somewhere.
We don't really go for the hyper gory ones, right? Like not for that purpose anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I've left a bunch off the calendar that I'd like to do that I know are going to be very difficult for our unbody horror friends to. Yeah. Like I
Are you
want to
talking
put.
about Martyrs?
Kearns. You've seen Martyrs though, right?
Yeah, I've seen Martyrs.
Yeah. Like
Martyrs was good.
yeah,
It's-
Sadness is the one I'm thinking about most.
I have not seen Sadness.
I've heard about that. You've talked about that. That's yeah. Yeah.
Sadness has a lot of rough, like it's it's
Is it scarier than
viral.
Willem Dafoe's Hog?
Yes, yes, I'm
is?
gonna say it's way worse than William Dafoe's Johnson.
Johnson?
Johnson.
Sorry, I had an Austin Powers moment there.
Yeah, sadness takes some things very literally.
Okay. What
The ambiguity's not gonna be helpful
film-
here.
where was it filmed?
Hong Kong.
Oh yeah, that yeah. the
It's
great thing
it's
about
an
Hong Kong.
American guy who lives in who like ended up growing up in Hong Kong. So it's got, the American flavor with the Hong Kong parts too. So but then
It's an interesting mix.
he amps the gore so high in it. Like,
Really?
there are things in that even for me were kind of, oh, that's a little rough.
Really? I feel like you got a strong stomach because we've talked about like Terrifier, and you're like you can get through Terrifier, and then we talk about 2 and 3, and you're like that's just like ridiculous gore, like it's unnecessary, and
Mhm.
you can go through that, but
Mhm.
you can't get through the sadness. It's quite interesting.
I
This
mean,
is
I
just
got
based
I
on
got I got through sadness, and I'll get through it again. I've mostly held it back because I know how hard it would be for Kearns to watch.
I don't
that
like body
bad.
horror at
It's
all.
not directly body horror. Like I mean,
Bringer Back is body horror, in my
Well,
opinion.
it
it's like
is, yeah.
it's
I'll
like
agree.
sadness is like
Appreciate that, Ryan.
everything you've seen in zombie movies on steroids,
Okay.
and
Okay.
then tacking on some stuff that you've never seen in anything before.
Oh, great. Okay.
But that's what
I mean,
makes it
I don't gore
different.
and gross doesn't like turn me off though. It's like when it's like distinct. Like, let's see, that James Franco, what is it, 127 hours movie where he's cutting off his
Yep.
own arm?
Mhm.
That was tough for me to get through. It's a tough scene, tough like 8-minute scene for me
Yeah.
to get through. Like
Yeah.
stuff like that gets me. The self mutilation, I guess, is a better way to put it than body horror.
Mhm.
But there's so much body horror that is that.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that's all.
Mm.
But I appreciate your concern, guys. Just the fact that John, that you put that much thought into it to like worry about me makes me feel nice in my heart.
I mean, I appreciate it. As long,
I
I
mean-
mean, eventually we're gonna have to do Hostel, if we decide to, and no,
I don't
okay.
think we
Hostel
have to
sucks.
ever do Hostel.
God,
Hostel sucks.
Hostel
He's
and
trying
the
to cash
first,
in on the Saw franchise.
yeah, the first Hostel I didn't like at all. The second one I liked a little bit more, but not enough that I would
Damn,
ever want to
actually.
watch it again.
second
That's
one had
funny you
more
mention that.
story.
And the ending was super gratifying
Mhm.
compared.
Well, is the first one, was it the ending had like a different ending where the guy captures the main villain's daughter, or is that in the second one?
The second one, she turns the tables on the guy and buys out her own ticket, basically, because she comes from money. And
Mhm.
so she ends up not going from victim to killing the dude. Spoiler,
Gotcha.
everybody.
So that's
then-
then
Yeah. And the Illuminati are like, very good, very good. Because they didn't
Yep.
care about him. Like, he wasn't a rich guy or a powerful guy. He had that bought for him.
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, because so the first one, I seen the ending that the spoiler, the kid lives, but they had a alternate ending where the kid captures the main villain's daughter and does
Ooh.
the same thing, like sticks the needle in her neck, and he's just looking at the guy as he's looking back as the train leaves. And
Dexter's
it's
her.
like, yeah, it's a dark
That's cool.
ending, but I thought it worked better for that type of movie
It's always
compared to
been
the
a fear
original
I've
ending.
had, public transit and stuff like that, like KGB agent style murders, where they just come by and like get you real quick and
Mhm.
then disappear into the crowd, and you're like, "Hey, wait," and you're done.
We,
Yep.
And then
we,
like
we we have
your
a
heart
friend.
explodes.
We have a friend who's supposedly all that. She won't let that happen to us.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. The friend does listen to the podcast. We hope you know
She
who
does.
you are. Who
Mhm.
you are. We know you're KGB, ex KGB, retired.
No Svidania.
Yeah, no
Das
Svidania.
Vidania. Das
I've never
Vidania.
seen more pictures of a person at the White House at different times than this person. It's so
You-
bizarre.
the new
And this
Bob
person
Hope.
is not somebody you would be like, oh, that is clearly somebody who was at the White House 5 times.
Mhm. It's clearly not someone who's a spy,
No.
It's one of our favorite
which
human
is
beings.
which is why that person is the perfect spy.
I have a theory
Exactly.
that we do work with like 60% of people that are in witness protection. I'm almost positive. And you can tell there's a few of them, like when they get stuck in videos or pictures that end up going online, they get real upset. Yeah, look, see. John Doe over here looks a little worried. Hey,
Do Re Mi Mo.
No.
Oh.
you guys
you
want to
got
play a
on.
game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a new game
guys-
for you guys
hey.
tonight. I haven't
No,
come
you
up
do.
with a fancy name for it. So for
Yeah,
tonight, I'm
Yeah.
going to call it Pinpoint.
ooh,
That's
I'm
kind of a
ready.
fancy name.
And what you're going to do in this version of Pinpoint, it's a good game that I can adapt to other things. You are going to tell me how many movies are in these franchises.
Oh no.
The lowest score is going to win in the end.
I'm gonna be honest. I cried
Okay.
myself to sleep after last week, so
9.
You won't have to cry yourself to sleep this time because you're not getting rid of anything.
Okay.
Unless you're a bad loser, which, maybe you will be.
Yeah, we both lose pretty well,
yeah,
I'd say.
yeah, we do.
So, how many movies are in the Halloween franchise? So,
9.
before we start going, this includes remakes, requels, reboots,
Oh.
and in one case, an upcoming movie.
All right, so not 9.
13.
I'm gonna be
Ryan
a
says,
jerk and say 15.
all right. So Ryan's in the lead with
Damn
0.
it.
And
No, he
Kearns,
was right
you
on
have
it.
2.
Yeah.
There's a couple
So
of there's an opportunity coming up to really change the scoring.
I got nervous because I thought you were gonna mention the new one that's supposedly in production
No,
because they're gonna
suppose
reboot it.
on
Sadly,
a calendar with a release date that's soon is as far as I'm going with upcoming.
Alright.
Like something that is definitely coming out in the next couple of months, which will make a lot more sense when we get to that franchise.
This is gonna be hard.
All right, franchise number 2 is The Fly.
Oh no.
And if you've paid attention, you know how many are in here because I said this specific number in a game a couple weeks ago.
5.
There's no shot that I would remember that, John. But there's 5 of these? All right, 5. Might as well keep it
Yeah.
between 2, yeah.
It is 5.
You know what gets me confused is I always feel like right between like after the sequel to the original Fly, there was always a third one because Vincent Price
Mhm.
was doing so many films at that time.
You see right down there? I never noticed that name in this before. Frank Darabont.
Ooh,
Really?
he wrote
He's got a screenplay credit with
Frank
Mick
Darabont.
Garris and Ken Wheat.
Well, he wrote, yeah, but the Fly, Jesus, he couldn't even save it.
Listen, you got to start somewhere.
The Fly
Fair,
too, yeah.
fair.
It's like, okay.
All right, next franchise is The Hills Have Eyes.
I know there's I'm gonna
4.
say 3.
4.
It is 4.
Damn it, Ryan. You're really good at this.
There's
I'm down
the
by 3
first,
now.
the original, the sequel to the original, the remake, and then
Oh, the freaking
remake
remakes are
sequel.
killing me.
The remakes will make this tricky.
I haven't been paying attention to them because they all suck.
The first one, the first one's rough still.
Yeah,
they-
for
they-
the for the
they're
remake,
questionable scene.
one.
Yeah.
The original is still the best.
Yes.
The remake's actually not that bad. I mean, you get Ted Levine in there and his hands that look like they're fake hands.
Yeah.
Ted Levine looks like a guy who has 2 prosthetic hands somehow.
said
No
2
matter what I
prostates.
see him in, his hands look like they're not really his hands.
It's a tough affliction
Yeah.
to have. Even the
Yeah.
cover, they made the cover of this one like for the scene that happens.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That bothered everybody.
Yep.
Way to lean into it, guys.
Yep.
That's the only thing they were known for that remake. Technically, the shock value of that.
And
Mm,
offing a dog.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
an yeah.
All right,
All
let's move on from this abomination.
Next franchise.
Oh,
The
God.
Insidious franchise. And
Like-
this is the one that it has an upcoming installment.
I like the original Insidious was good.
Mhm.
It
Yes.
need not have been built upon further, but of course,
You
it
didn't like the
was.
sequel? The sequel wasn't bad.
It was
There
fine.
been
It-
there have been some okay things in the sequels. The first one is by far, in my book, the best.
Agreed. I locked myself in the room
It
that
gets
night.
so bloated, and then you forget what made the first one good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed. Okay, how many Insidious movies are there? Counting the one that's coming out next
6.
month.
They have Annabelle right in the title, but that's not part of this franchise. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun?
It's from the makers.
Well, and he's in it too. It's a different character. I get my wires crossed with those two. That franchise has 1 billion movies in it. Oh my God, The Nun, the freaking
Mhm.
Annabelle.
That might come up.
Did you say
Might come up.
did you say 6 Insidious movies, Ryan?
I did
Yes.
say 6.
That's a wild number. I desperately hope that's not true. The Red Door, Insidious, the sequel. I think it's lower than that. It has to be. I mean, I'm going to lose this game anyway, so whatever. I'm going to go with 4 just because I hope it's not 6. Dear God.
It's 6.
Oh my God.
The
Because you
one
got
that-
1,
the-
2, 3's the
travesty.
prequel.
Oh, I
Mhm.
never
4 goes
watched.
back. 5's the
I-
Red Door.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of these movies.
And
I
then
watched Insidious,
Well,
and then
that-
like
yeah.
caught glimpses of the sequels, and was like, "Oh, garbage." I didn't watch them.
The second one ties more into the ending, so it works. But then the third one does the whole prequel thing, like what they did with Paranormal Activity 3, and goes back in
Paranormal
time.
Activity 3 was actually a watchable movie because they did the whole Rosemary's Baby thing.
Yep.
And
Yes,
that
they
kind of
did.
gave it a little bit of an interesting twist, and more than just found footage walking around the house. The shadow moved, the fan moved, and now like it's getting worse, banging.
I'm more
Like,
proud
it
of
got,
my
it got stale.
I'm proud of my moment of shouting in the theater when they opened the cellar door in a packed theater. I just yelled, "Don't go down there! Don't
Yeah.
do it!"
And did
was-
everybody appreciate it?
Yeah, it was very. We were all jam packed. It was
Wait, that was
OG.
you?
Yeah, yeah. OG, midnight movie. We're all packed in like sardines. 2 showings, and you could cut the tension with a knife. It was yeah, because it's
Really?
Paranormal Activity 3. Like the idea of it being found footage and real, and and
Why?
just oh man,
Why did they make the SI red in Insidious here? Is it C like some weird name for door or something? Why is
I don't know.
Insidious?
Hmm.
Why did they do that?
I don't know. It's a
It
good
ends where it
question.
all began.
Here.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's a
I'll
good
give you a
question.
real. I'll
Super
give you a
happy they're
cool
coming out with
tidbit.
another garbage Insidious movie.
I'll give you one that you should have done real quick before you skip it. Is they were supposed to cross over Insidious with one of the movies we watched. Oh God, when
Not
Mr. Boogie.
Sinister.
Yes, that was it.
Really? That would have been a terrible idea. Sinister, I believed, was a better horror movie than Insidious was, but not by like a huge stretch. They were both good movies.
Mhm.
It's different atmospheres. Sinister is good for the type of horror it was going with, which I feel is like ghost slasher type deal and like spiritual, while Insidious is really more on that deep end of like the spirit world, where it's more spirit oriented, and then Sinister's like that slasher.
We have Insidious coming up on our calendar.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Lock myself in a room again. The movie scares the crap out of me.
It does have some good moments.
Ready for the next one?
Ready as I'll ever be.
All right, next franchise. 28 days
Oh.
later.
Okay. So I'm counting on my fingers. 5.
5.
I'll
Yeah.
give you guys 5.
Oh,
Where's
is it
5?
6 because of the upcoming?
Hold on. 1, 2,
Yeah, 28
Titles.
days,
Give me the
28 weeks,
titles.
years later. So you got 28 days, weeks, years, Bone
and then
Temple,
Bone
and
Temple,
then
and the
the
next one.
final. Yep. So
Which is not a. I'm gonna give you guys the 5, but remember,
okay, you're not
it's
counting
not-
28
yeah,
weeks.
I'm not
I
counting
got
it yet
you.
because it's not. It doesn't have an official date or anything.
Oh, really? But they did
Okay.
greenlight it.
Yeah, it did finally.
I
get
thought they
greenlit.
already filmed it or something. I was like
thought so,
annoyed
too.
when I found out that like they had that great ending with Cillian Murphy clearly teed up to start the next movie up in that way. And then they were like, "We're not even sure we're making another one." I was like, "Why not? People
Mhm.
are seeing these
Well,
movies, you idiots."
They were sure they were making it when they released it, and then Bone Temple didn't do as well at the box office as they had hoped.
Bone Temple's so good though.
Bone Temple is amazing. It's still at least the best horror movie I've watched this year. I'd have to think about overall movies. And I know like the Obsession crowd will argue Obsession is great in its own right. I
It's a
think Bone
different kind of
Temple's
great.
better.
Yeah, Bone Temple is a different kind of great. Bone
feel-
Temple is too mature and evolved as a movie compared to Obsession. Obsession is wonderful for its simplicity,
Mm-hmm.
and what they pull off with that simplicity and whatnot
Uh-huh.
is fantastic. But
Mm-hmm.
one
There,
standout actress can't carry a movie past Bone Temple.
Yep.
there's an accessibility gap there. The
Yep.
Obsession's very accessible.
That's the
Bone
thing too.
Bone
That's a really
Temple
good point.
Bone Temple is it's not really like anything that you've seen in this franchise, and it's not really like a lot of things you've seen.
It's
It's
unique.
and Ryan's performance in that is just phenomenal.
That pushes it
Yeah,
over the
he is.
top. Then the de-shirting and whatnot too. Speaking of
Mhm.
body horror,
Yeah,
things
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is what John just said was that even dumb people can really like and understand Obsession.
Mhm.
Whereas for dummies, if you're listening, some of you are dumb. If you go to see Bone Temple and you didn't like it, it's probably because you're dumb.
Mhm. And that's not to say that that
Clip
Obsession
that
is
out for the gram, buddy.
it's yeah, but that's not to say that Obsession is a dumb movie, but it's got things that are concepts that are easier to grasp than
Yeah.
the
Yes.
ones in Bone Temple.
So like smart people like us can enjoy Obsession, and dumb people like some of you can
Speak for
also
yourself.
enjoy it. I'm just rage baiting now.
Yeah,
But no, it
3
makes
point-
perfect sense, right? If you think of like the
3.75.
way that the logic graph goes, when they used to teach math and you did logic symbols, it'd be like these two things can access this thing, but this
Mhm.
thing can't access this thing. This thing too difficult.
Yes. Yep.
That
Yep.
kind of thing. It's just also it's kind of niche too. 28. Bone Temple has some niche parts, not really
Yeah.
because people are dumb. I'm being an
Y-
idiot. I'm kidding. By the way.
But there are parts of a good chunk of Bone Temple I don't even think you would necessarily call horror.
Yeah, it's true.
Like there are horrific elements throughout. The infected are horrific, but they're not. It's not a horror movie through and through.
Fair point.
All right, next
Mhm.
franchise.
Survival epic.
Oh,
Nightmare on
of
Elm
you
Street.
stacked the deck with this one, man. Of course, Ryan's got this one. He like counts them as he goes to sleep.
9.
9.
Yes, it is 9.
Uh,
I was,
Only a
Sadly, there's
fool would
9.
say a number other than 9.
I was good strategizing there, Kearns.
Yeah, you caught the pause.
Get that answer out there first.
No, 9.
All right, next one.
Oh god.
Friday
this is
the
tough.
13th. Not counting upcoming TV shows.
Jason
Okay.
X. Can we count video games?
No video games.
12. Yeah, Ryan's staying quiet on this one. He knows.
12.
It's 12.
It is 12.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want you to say it first.
I did. I got that one.
All right, so
I had to count that.
right now, going into the final movie,
I'm down
Ryan
by
is
3.
up. No, you're down 5. Ryan has
Oh, damn
0.
it.
Ryan has 0. You have 5. However, this last franchise, because I am including everything loosely related,
The
Oh, Jesus
Conjuring.
Christ.
It's the
Nope.
Conjuring.
It
No.
better not be
There-
The Conjuring.
their scores will definitely change with this one because the final franchise is the Amityville franchise, including Amityville Vibrator, Amityville Death Toilet, all the other Amityville in Space.
So basically, we just have to guess.
I
And
mean,
and he's got a 5%. He's got a
again-
5
Again,
lot lead.
it's a guess, but I have said this number on this show before.
He has.
So,
Not that I don't pay attention. It's just that I don't
how
retain it.
many Amityville movies are there?
Just
24.
one. The one with Ryan. I was gonna say 27.
Ooh.
24, huh?
You're only gonna guess 3 apart
But
from him when you're
I
down
can't.
5.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't do that. I was gonna say 27, but it's 24 would mean I would have to go with 19 or 29, right?
Mhm.
Actually 30 to get the one over, or 18 to get the one over. I don't think it's 18. I think that's too low. So I have to go with 30.
So that's your guess plus
I
30.
have to. I have to do it.
I'm curious because this is a wild guess for me.
Well, I'm sorry, Ryan. You've lost.
It's amazing. Completely unearned victory for Kern.
That's why I put this one last,
Well,
because
he's-
I knew there are unofficially or officially, however you want to view it, 66 Amityville movies.
Jesus.
Holy smokes. I remember
Wow.
seeing a bunch of TV versions, but 66.
There are 66 Amityville movies, and like I said, I
How can
think
we
I
do
think
it?
there are 15 that are basically directly related to the original story in some
we
way,
even
shape,
call
or form.
that a
And then
franchise?
it's like, oh, absolutely.
How do you get into space? How's that
Same
connected to
person's
the
not
original
making the money for all
story?
66 of those movies. Tell you
I'll
that much.
tell you how it gets into space at some point, because I bought that one.
Nice.
I'm kind of curious. It's like a guilty pleasure to watch that one.
I bought Amityville Death Toilet
Ah, John.
because
Amazing.
so I'll leak this. One of the things that I'm gonna do when we eventually do start Patreon is I'm gonna watch all the Amityville movies,
Okay.
all
Like
66
do
of them,
watch-alongs?
even if it does
I'm
me
ready.
in. Even if Amityville is the end of John, I am
It
watching.
might be 66.
them.
That's a lot of hours.
We can.
I
we
took
can
a week of your life, John.
Let's not get
solid
carried
week.
away. So, some of these movies are an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay.
Alright,
So that's survivable.
Yeah, you should live as long as you stay hydrated, buddy.
It's just gonna be finding them all.
Yeah, that's also true. Good
I
point.
mean, you'll
Will
you'll
help.
be able to get the first one. That's on HBO. You
Well,
probably
I
have it.
own the first one. Got a Vinegar Syndrome released a couple years ago.
Ooh,
Cool. That's cool.
So yeah, I have that one.
that's nice.
But after that, it's gonna be a struggle.
Like
Back
He's
again.
Spinny Head.
Spinny Head. Oh, Jester.
Yeah,
Jester.
Spinny Head. None
Jester.
of the hold on. Before you even get to this point, I need to point out none of them are puppets. None of them. There's not a single hand
They're
up a
action
butt in
figures.
this movie.
They could
There's
be a
not a
string
single.
puppets.
Marionette
Those are marionettes.
Yes. Okay. Fair. They are marionette puppets.
There's not a hand up any of their butts.
We have
Those
to
are not
ask the
puppets.
audience on this one. This will get
It's-
clipped out too.
Is this
Is
Killer
a-
Clown from Outer Space?
Is a marionette a variant of a puppet? Please
Is a
tell us.
Is a marionette a puppet without something in its butt?
I'm curious about this. Please answer.
Interesting. All right, we're gonna do the portion of the show, or this episode anyway, where we name the puppets, and John's gonna give his name for the puppet. All right.
Except I legitimately don't know the actual name. So
Well,
All
you'd
right,
probably be able to get them from their actual names, like Pinhead, for example. You already know.
yeah, Spinhead. Oh no,
This
that's the
is
plug. The plug.
the
Yeah,
butt plug,
plug.
yeah.
Butt plug is Spinhead is
Jester.
right. No,
Spinhead is the one he's making in the beginning with this spinny head.
yeah,
Jester.
that's Jester.
Spinhead.
He was
Yeah, that's-
touching it. He was touching him up. Just
What
touching him
about
up.
Blade? Blade's a pretty easy one. Now you know who that one's
Jack the
gonna be.
Flasher.
Yeah, Jack the Flash. And why do you call him Jack the Flash? It's my favorite nickname.
Because he's sort of like a Flasher Jack the Ripper with his
It's
long
just-
overcoat and his knives. He's like Jack the Flasher.
Leech Woman. How about Leech Woman?
Horny black tongue chick.
Yeah. We didn't. He's like, we didn't put 5 words in this name. Oh my God, that's it for what you have on here. You don't have one for
Yeah.
Shredder Con.
I don't
And you
even
don't
remember
have-
which one that is.
He's
Is that
the
the one with the
opening
drill
puppet.
head?
No, that's Tunneler.
Drillhead is Tunneler.
Oh, he's just Drillhead.
Drillhead.
Yeah, and then Shredder Khan is in the very beginning of the movie, and then
The
you really don't
snitch.
see much of him. Yeah, he's the one who warns that the Nazis are coming.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, he
that
pops
one.
up later in the franchise a couple
I don't
times.
even
but-
remember that dude.
Yeah, he's an interesting looking one, but not like as iconic as Blade or Jester or Pinhead or
He could
Tunneler.
have been a more iconic character. I feel like if they utilized him, but I feel like they didn't know what to do with him. He didn't have like a cool gimmick. He was just a
Yeah.
lookout.
Just to look out.
He's just a lookout. But it's interesting how they, in the movie, they make Jester the leader of the puppets.
He's my least favorite
Really?
of all
He's
of
more.
them. Yeah,
He's like conniving, and they build him up. But then, as the movies
yeah, that's what I don't
progress,
like.
Blade
It's that-
becomes the leader of the whole group.
Yeah, it's like there's like a power struggle that occurs within the puppetdom that you watch throughout the franchise too. Like when the new ones get introduced, you have
Yep.
kind of a Toy Story-esque vibe. Like Buzz Lightyear shows up. It's really funny.
They get hazed, man. They gotta
Yep.
get jumped. They gotta get jumped into the puppet gang.
They did not haze Torch. He would have lit them
Oh,
up.
Yeah, Torch was a force to be reckoned with. So who's your favorite?
Oh, my favorite, Jack the
Yeah.
Flasher.
Jack the Flasher's my favorite too. He's the face of the franchise in my opinion.
I'll say this, in this movie, I love Blade, Jack the Flasher, but overall, 6-shooter. When he appears in the third film, he just takes that away because he's got the 6 arms, he's got the laugh, the snidely whiplash mustache. I mean, you can't beat it.
Billy the Insect.
Yeah.
We have a very compelling question coming up that I think we're going to jump to right now off of that. Just right off of that. Are the puppets racist? So the people who are not familiar with Puppet Master, which we may have some people who aren't, are these puppets racist is a legitimate question. Why is that a legitimate question, guys?
Hold on. So hold on. It's a legitimate question because Toulon is from Germany during the time of World War II. And depending on what universe you look at, in this universe, what we're talking about with
He was
this
a
first
Nazi.
Puppet
He
Master.
wasn't just from Germany
he
during
was
World War
he was not a Nazi in this franchise. He was a Nazi in the new franchise from Fangoria. In this one, if you watch Retro Puppet Master 3, he's doing a show. He's traveling through Europe, and then they capture him when they learn he can reanimate the puppets, and they torture him, and they kill his wife, who becomes Leech Woman. And
Yes.
he's just like, he's under the radar. In the new one, which is The Littlest Reich, they make him a full-on Nazi, and they change it up. And I'm like, how do you do this to this poor, decent old man who they build in this original franchise as this good dude, which connects because whoever controls the puppets makes them either good or
is
bad.
is he really a good dude though? He's making marionettes
What's
that
wrong with
he
these
that
marionettes?
he's then animating as murderers.
Hold on, they're the souls of past people who try to help him. And they don't kill unless he tells them to, and they unalive Nazis
Yeah,
and
I mean,
unalive,
hold on. I'm all for unaliving Nazis, but these in Puppet Master 1, these are just moronic psychics.
yes,
Yes.
because they're lured to the Bodega Bay Inn, and
Again, I question their psychic abilities.
Yeah.
Only Alex and his hair saw what was coming.
no, Diane she saw
I mean,
what was coming.
she knew something dangerous was coming, but
Or
there's
Dana,
been-
I'm sorry. Dana.
Yeah, she shows up with her taxidermy dog and like, you know,
Which
being all
barks.
weird, but
All
like,
weird.
she's a weird lady, but like, I don't know. At some point before she gets off, shouldn't she have figured out, isn't it good? Like, you're psychics. And then you have 2 psychics who can only see things when they're having sex. Hey, what kind of psychics are these?
It's
It's
not Miss
Fair
There-
Cleo.
enough. They're not. They
there-
may not be precogs.
there's a better psychic at the dirt mall
Dirt mall.
who uses her fake third nipple.
My gosh.
It's just a rubber.
Okay.
Yeah, I
All
brought
right.
this to Mallrats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it worse than being in the back of a Volkswagen?
And that's an uncomfortable place.
It can be, or it can be the best place in the world, depending on what's going on back there. All right, everybody. What about the fact that the series is 15 freaking movies long? Like, is that okay? Should any series be let, or should we let any series go this long without putting it in check and not patronizing it? I mean,
Yeah, small
movies.
potatoes for Amityville.
But those
Yeah.
aren't like sequential. Like, you know, this is very
These-
purposefully
Well,
sequential. There's like there's a retro, a remake thing, but still.
there's the crossovers, that come up. And this is really this as much as anything becomes like a full moon brand. Like
Yeah.
the multiple unnecessary sequels for everything.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Like,
I was gonna say, wait a minute. Did the first 3 Puppet
They-
Masters, 4,
they're
5?
the full moon catalog is filled with franchises that have gone on half a dozen movies too long.
Evil Bong.
Evil
It's
Bong's
just-
at like 9, I think.
What was it? Well,
You're right.
The,
Just
Killjoy.
allow-
the demonic
and stuff.
toys movies are 7 or 8 now, I think.
Oh my
Is it
god.
7? I thought it was only. Wait a minute.
Counting the
Hold
Puppet
on.
Master crossovers and like the spin-offs
Okay.
that they did, because they Baby Oopsie spin-offed all over the place too.
A Baby Oopsie
Excuse
is great. That
There's 3 of those.
let's
My
see
God.
here. Yeah, there is. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 now. Because they're coming. Oh, they
Yeah.
came out with Jack Attack.
Is that another Puppet Master crossover?
No,
Is
just
Jack
demonic
the
toys.
Flasher in that one?
No,
Oh.
Jack Attack's the clown that the dun 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 dun, dun, the pop goes the weasel.
Jack in the Box?
Yes, Jack Attack.
Killer Jack in the Box. All right.
I feel like it's pretty easy to avoid him.
I-
Right?
Oh
Just
well.
don't turn the lever.
Have you see what was that movie? Krampus? You're not escaping that
Mhm.
Jack in the Box. That's all I'm
Not
saying.
that one.
Not
Not
that.
that one. Jack Attack. You
could.
might get
You
away from
could.
that one.
You know how
Wow.
many Krampus movies there are?
Oh god, no! I only saw the really good one. I was surprised at how good Krampus
There's
was.
so many.
Well, what about the other one where Santa fights him?
Oh, Christmas Horror Story?
Yep.
I didn't know
That
about
one's
that.
bad.
okay. That one's okay.
No,
Let's
world
talk about
changing.
John's gripe with the fake psychic. So was Megan a psychic all along? John, what are your thoughts on this?
I
have a
don't think
feeling
she
you have
was.
thoughts.
I don't think Megan's a psychic. I think she just read
Do you
some
think
notes
she
and
read it?
figured out how to do it. Yeah.
All right, because I was
Yeah.
like questioning that because she reanimates the dog and she can hear it bark, and I'm like, and you can hear the dog bark throughout the whole film, which is a cool little aspect. So you're like, is the dog alive? Is Dana just hearing? Like, how far can Dana go? And when Megan puts the dog on the ground and starts walking, I'm like, did she know what the hell was going on the entire time? But I also was thinking she understands the notes, which I feel if they went in that direction for the sequel, I think it would have been an interesting movie. Though they went with the puppets reanimate their master and take over the hotel.
Keep in mind too, this is the era of TV psychics, telephone psychics. Like this was
Yep.
late night TV. Wasn't just racy Girls Gone Wild infomercials and stuff. There's a lot of like. Remember Miss Cleo?
Yep.
Oh, yep,
Yeah.
I
Miss
name dropped
Cleo.
her a minute ago.
Oh yeah.
You gotta call me now.
Yeah, he had 976 numbers for all kinds of things back in that time.
976 Evil.
Dirty talk, sports scores, and psychics.
Psychics.
And weather. I think there was a 976 weather number also.
That's wild.
Because you didn't have the internet.
Nope. And people were bored at 2 a.m. too, and they would call these numbers.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
Yep.
All right, so I don't think Megan was a psychic either. I think she was a charlatan, personally. But all in all, I thought it was a pretty good movie. I'm wondering what the world thought it was.
I'm curious.
What does the world think about Puppet Master?
Okay, hold on. Let me switch documents.
He looks so happy for this.
So excited.
He's
Okay.
1 stars.
There weren't as many usable 1 stars as I would have expected. So we'll start critics 40%, audience 40%.
Wow.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
I would think a little
But,
higher.
there's always a 5 star, and in this case, 5 stars. David Schmoller directed this masterpiece of smooth stop motion animation and clever puppet murders. Child's Play comes to mind. You would have thought Puppet Master came out before Child's Play because of the animation. The thing is that Chucky was a robot and the puppets were animated. But this film is a stellar film and will haunt you for a long time.
It didn't haunt me for even like a minute. I was
No.
never scared.
Chucky's not a robot either.
No,
No,
I
he's
thought he was a puppet
It's
as
a little
well.
person.
He's a toy, he's a doll
Oh.
who's possessed.
Yeah, well, he's like
He's got the original doll has robotic elements.
Yeah.
yeah, but he's not a robot. I agree. I see what they were saying. I thought he
Well-
meant that they animated Chucky with a robot, like for the movie, like animatronic style, like
Mhm.
Jurassic Park. I misinterpreted.
I don't. Not even the scene when she holds him, and he starts like talking and stuff. That was the animatronic.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's like this is just. I don't think this person knows. I'm not sure this person has seen Child's Play.
The disappointment.
No, we
Not
don't
not sure. Okay, so I found 1 stars obviously because I'm gonna look until I find 1 stars. 1 star. One bag, cause it said its name. Some great female nudity. That's really cool. Really about it. We heard this was a cult classic. It might be for one of those cults that have you drink poisoned Kool-Aid and die with your sneakers on in a bunk bed. Because that's exactly what we felt like doing after watching this turd.
Jesus.
The best part was the opening scene with the old man at the beginning, who is in major pain in Christmas Vacation, who shoots himself to get out of the picture before things really start to stink. The nude scene was a close second. Puppet Master also had a great score. Not.
Not. No, the music was good. We talked about that already.
That's maybe one of my favorite 1 stars that I've ever found. That's so unhinged. He comes back to the nudity twice.
Yeah, it's very cuck.
Some of the way he words things, I don't understand. He combines cults.
Yeah, he does.
He's got Jim Jones and Heaven's Gate thrown in there.
Heaven's Gate. What was that guy's name? Does anybody remember?
Major Applewhite.
That was his name. Yeah, I remember.
I
he
only
had
I only remember that because I'm listening to a podcast on it right now.
nice, very nice.
Well, not right now, but
yeah,
Yeah,
we got
listening
that.
to it
Yeah,
during
yeah,
the.
yeah.
Right.
Can you
I'm
believe what
talking-
happened?
I'm super multitasking right now. And we have one more 1 star. 1 star. I went with 1 star for this movie. I hardly remember seeing it as a kid in the 90s, but finally got to watching it as an adult. Sorry, as a adult. Very 90s, aged like milk. Dated, but the camera tricks and the puppets were kind of crazy though. Kind of shocked to see they made so many of these movies. I only seen this movie once. I think once is enough. Really unrealistic, but it is a movie. So dumb that the puppets could kill grown adults. Slow, and it is kind of a waste of an hour or so. Poor acting, odd story. At least I can say I got to watch it after it getting lost in the sauce all those years. 1 star.
Hope it's fantasy. It's a movie.
That's a wild one. I don't even know where to start.
I love these reviews so much.
I think these are my 2 favorite reviews.
Find
out of the
IQ
whole
is the
series.
last thing. It was probably like 12.
I mean, 12 might be generous. It may be the same as the number of combined stars.
Oh, jeez. 2. Oh,
Oh, I've told you what other people think. In a less unhinged fashion, what did you guys think of Puppet Master?
you want to go first, Kearns?
I mean, I can. I've never had like a a huge affinity for the franchise or even the first movie too much. I watched it now twice. Well, I've seen bits and pieces of a lot of them, but I've watched the first one all the way through and then all the way through again. And this most recent rewatch, I was like, maybe I'm really gonna like find my love for this. And I was watching it, I was like, I'm not finding my love for it. I didn't hate it. I was like, this is Puppet Master. I think that's like a solid 2.5 for me.
All right.
Yeah,
Word.
solid 2.5. It's Puppet Master.
All right.
It's deadpan 50.
Ryan, is this your blue star moment?
It is
Oh.
actually. This is a no. It's not my blue star moment. No, I'm saving that for a couple other films coming up this year, definitely, and I'm already prepared for that. This is 3.5. It's a 3.5 star because realistically, it's a good movie. It's not amazing. It's not over the top, but it's a good horror film to watch if you want to have good thrills. You want to just have a good jump. You want to see cool stop motion, hear a good score. It gets the job done. And I feel like 3.5 is like, I feel that's like right there. It's not like a 4 star. I don't feel like it's a 3 star because I don't think the acting's horrible. It could be worked on, but it's decent acting that gets you through the film. So 3.5.
3.5 it is.
And I'm gonna fall in between you guys. I'm gonna give it an extra quarter point and go to 2.75.
Okay.
So, like Kearns, I've not been the biggest Puppet Master fan. I haven't seen them all. I probably haven't seen half of them. I've seen, and not even sequentially. I've seen, this one. I've seen the one that the guy from The Room is in. Greg Sestero is in one of them. I've seen Littlest Reich and like maybe one or two of the other ones, but I'm giving it an extra quarter point for what it represents in a time period that doesn't exist really cinematically very much anymore. That's in a time period when they made B movies, that they made movies that were so bad that they were good.
Yep.
But that they weren't just rip-offs of some IP that they could, mass market cheaply, like the movies The Asylum has mastered, the mockbusters.
Yep.
The ape versus monster when Godzilla versus Kong came out. Things like that. Like these so bad they're good B movies feel like to me a lost art.
I agree with
they're
that.
they're not making them. There's like they're all sort of like, it's we're gonna put something out that's gonna attract attention because of something else that came out. We're gonna, grab all these things that have come into public domain, Winnie the Pooh and Popeye and those, like that's this kind of the state of B movies, at least the way I see it at this point. And that's a disappointment. And that's what Puppet Master has always done well. That's what Full Moon has always done well, is be these goofy B movies that you can sit around with your friends and have fun watching.
I agree with that. I feel that to add on, I feel like Full Moon took the flag from Corman and kind of kept flying with it and just kept it going.
Yeah, I mean there were so many of them back in that time too. And then you sort of just it got lost.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't want to say it's coming back, but like you got B movie style films coming back, but it doesn't have that love, I feel like, for that time period, as you're saying. I feel it's more Hollywood because you get
Yeah.
that.
Well, they're trying to
Yeah.
make $50 million
Yeah.
with these
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
not cool.
And listen, some of this may just be nostalgia, and maybe maybe someone will show up in comments and point out things that I've missed, overlooked, whatever. These are the 80s and 90s B movies. The so bad they're good. That's what I grew up on. That's what I miss.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I agree with you.
John hath
Great.
spoken. All right, everybody. It's time for your top fives.
Top fives. I am going, gentlemen,
Cinco
and
de Rhino.
everyone watching. Thank you. Bull Durham over here.
Hold
No,
on.
oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
damn it. Full early.
Bull Hurley. I'm going with my top 5 favorite Puppet Master films. If you don't want to watch all 15 Puppet Masters, and I don't blame you, because I mean,
Blame you
stories
either.
are good. Listen, it gets hard. It gets hard to watch. So I'm gonna recommend my top 5, and we're gonna start off with Fangoria's 2018 Puppet Master Littlest Reich. It is a reboot of the franchise. It takes it whole to a whole other level, and the puppets are nastier. I can just say nastier because it flips everything on its end. It's a different puppet master, and I don't really want to get into it too much. I feel like people should see it if you're a puppet master film. You know, yeah. After our talk earlier about it, that's about it on that. They're going to a toy convention in honor of Toulon, and Toulon is not as benevolent as he is in the original franchise. But we do go into the original franchise, and we're starting with my number 4 on this one, Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. I love this film. I saw this film Christmas Eve on Sci-Fi. You get the puppets from Puppet Master against Baby Oopsie, Jack Attack, the Voltron, and it's just B-movie goodness. You get, what's her name? Is it Vanessa Angel? I think it's Vanessa Angel, the woman who played, yeah, Vanessa Angel. She was Lisa in the Weird Science TV show. She was in Kingpin, the movie. It's just, if you like Puppet Master,
She had
it's
a
like that
great
fun
cameo
stuff.
in Entourage too with Johnny Drama. Remember?
She was the angel.
Yeah, she was the
She was,
angel.
she was the angel to Viking Quest. Viking Quest is a better show, though. Better than the angel, which leads to number 3. We talked about it tonight. That's Puppet Master, the original classic. Kind of gets you to know who the puppets are, gets you to know what the lore is, the basics of what's going on. And that's when we get to number 2, Retro Puppet Master. It's, you look at it and you're like, how far can you go back? And the idea of Toulon going to Egypt, understanding the practice that he does to reanimate these puppets and give them life, and the history and how his journey started. It's an interesting take on the Puppet Master franchise, and it's a different take, more of a drama, I can say. And then you get to my number 1, my favorite, Puppet Master 3, Toulon's Revenge. Right during the World War II, he's like trying to get away from the Nazis. He's fighting the Nazis. You get an insect looking puppet, but he's really a 6-shooter cowboy. You get it all in this, and that's all I can say on it. It's my top 5 Puppet Master films, and if you don't want to watch the whole series, just watch these 5, and then the venture's on you.
All right, John.
All
To
right,
your top five.
I went in a similar vein. I'm going with my top 5 full moon movies. I'm gonna kick it off with 2 honorable mentions, and you're gonna see through this list what I mean about full moon and sequels. My honorable mentions have multiple sequels. It's Evil Bong and Subspecies.
Subspecies is awesome.
Yeah, but there's 5 of those.
Yes. The first
Ain't
one's
that-
great, though.
Yeah. Speaking of 5, my number 5 is Trophy Heads. So with the help of his mother, a man obsessed with the 80s and 90s scream queens begins to kidnap them and force them to reenact some of their more famous scenes. But this man has changed the endings with horrific consequences for the scream queens, who are all playing themselves. You get, among others, Linnea Quigley, Brink Stevens, Michelle Bauer. You like all those 80s B movie actresses show up in this as themselves, or a version of themselves. And it's a fun one. My number 4 we've talked about a little bit already tonight. It's Demonic Toys, the first one. The attempted arrest of a pair of arms dealers inadvertently conjures a demon looking for a body to inhabit. To further this goal, he brings a bunch of toys to life who attack the survivors of the failed bust, including a pregnant cop. And there's 8 movies in this franchise I think we talked about earlier. So, again, the full moon sequel machine. Number 3 is one of the occurrences of one of my favorite B movie trios. It's director Stuart Gordon and Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton, and it's Castle Freak. So a family inherits a castle in Italy. But not everything is idyllic as it seems. They're unknowingly sharing the castle with a cannibalistic creature that is not interested in coexisting. You guys good? Okay. My number 2, I think I probably should have made my number 1, but my number 2 is Head of the Family. I think we've talked about Head of the Family before.
That was a full moon?
Yeah.
I thought that was someone else.
Nope.
I didn't know that either. I was surprised.
Yeah. Yep. So a diner owner runs afoul of a family of quadruplet mutants, each with a special attribute. One is super strong. One has overdeveloped senses. Another is extremely attractive. And then there's Myron. Myron is super smart, but he also has a giant head with a tiny body. He psychically controls his siblings in a quest for a suitable body to attach his head to. And my number 1, starring Gary Busey, is the Ginger Dead Man. Gary Busey plays convicted killer Millard Frindlemeyer.
What a name.
With a name like that, how could you not?
Right.
A struggling bakery owner whose family was slaughtered by Frindlemeyer receives a strange spice package, and the bakery owner and an employee proceed to use it in making a batch of gingerbread cookies. The employee cuts his hand and blood gets in the dough. A rival accidentally starts the oven, baking the cookies and bringing Millard Frindlemeyer back to life in the form of a gingerbread man. And yeah, it's just good, outrageous fun. And you get 5 movies in this franchise.
With a crossover with the Evil Bonk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are my top 5 full moon movies.
Dollman
Very
didn't
nice.
make it. I'm shocked.
Yeah, I wasn't the hugest fan of Dollman.
Nah, that's
What's Dollman bring to the table? I've never heard of Dollman before.
fair. He's just a crime fighter from space who's shrunken to doll size, and he fights the demonic toys at one point.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's pretty safe to say that full moon movies all exist in the same universe.
Yeah. At this point, it would be very fair to say that.
I anxiously await a Puppet Master Head of the Family crossover.
That'd be
Sure,
awesome.
it's coming. If there's money to be made,
Put
they
that
will
out
do
there.
it. Yep. Put it in the
I
universe.
don't know. Head of the Family never got a sequel, and they left it open.
If you did it, Myron would just be controlling the puppets.
Sure.
Could work. Doesn't need the formula. Nothing.
We're going to save the rest of this conversation for one of the other dumb Puppet Master movies that we're going to probably inevitably do down the road. But all right, everybody, that's it for Puppet Master 1 of 15. Just the one.
But get ready for next week because we are covering Pan's Labyrinth, ladies and gentlemen.
You don't know that. You don't know if the episodes are going to go out of order. You've done this before, and you actually plugged an episode that came out like 3 weeks later. It was pretty funny. I'm sure nobody cared, but still, it's pretty funny.
That was a mistake on my part.
I kind of hope Pan's Labyrinth comes out before Puppet Master now.
Brilliant. Well, it's possible. Certainly possible.
It can happen.
We'll have
World of
recorded Pan's
Xenomania.
Labyrinth and probably not edited it, but recorded it before this episode comes out.
Yes.
We will have.
All right, buddy. That's it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed.
Have a good night, guys and ladies.
See ya.